Good night, and welcome to CNN News Report. I am your host, and tonight we have a very special interview with Senator Enrique Rivera. His bill just passed Congress and it was approved by the President. It is going to be a very positive change for the United States of America. Let's get to the interview. Here we are with Senator Enrique Rivera. Good night. Introduce yourself in the bill. I am Enrique Rivera. I am part of the House of Representatives. I am in the Social Justice Committee. My bill is to raise wages for agricultural workers in the United States of America. Oh, all right. Now tell us, what inspired you to make this bill? Well, I got inspired because I saw a YouTube video once about the terrible conditions in which agricultural workers work in states, for example, like California and Florida. And it interested me a lot, so I started researching about it. And I found out that their wage is one of the lowest in the whole country. It is one of the worst paying jobs in the whole country, and I don't find that correct because these people have one of the most difficult jobs, and they're like the second worst paying job. It is just unfair. So that is why I decided to make this bill, because I really felt like it was unfair and there was no justice. Oh, okay. Now tell us, why did you feel like this bill needed to be created? And what evidence do you have to prove it? Well, like I said before, I felt like this bill needed to be created in order to be more fair with these workers, because they're mostly immigrant, and I made a lot of research, so that is my evidence. And I found out that 7 out of 10 agricultural workers are people born outside of the United States. So these are people that come for opportunities to our country, and they are willing to do any job. And they basically do the job that Americans do not want to do. Not a single American wants to go work on a field and pick up strawberries, for example. They don't want that. So these people do that job, and they are not being paid enough, in my opinion. So that is why I believe that this bill needed to be created to be more fair with these people. Oh, okay. And now tell us, what does your bill specifically do, and if it will replace an existing law? Okay, here are the details for my bill. Like I said before, it is to raise the wage for agricultural workers from $9.51 to $12.50. This is because they have a very dangerous and exhausting job, and they also live in terrible conditions with their families. So I plan to enforce my law by making companies pay this money to each and every single one of their workers. And if they refuse to follow my law, they will have to face the consequences by paying fines or even being closed temporarily if they refuse to pay. And the money from the fines will go straight to the workers. They will be paid back. And this money will come by, I will have to decrease the money used on nuclear weapons on the military, because about half of the money of the United States is used just on the military every year. And I don't think it should be like that. So by decreasing just by $2 million the amount used on nuclear weapons and research, I will have enough money to pay workers, and even like other professions, I will also be able to pay them. So the money will be used in better ways, and the salary for these agricultural workers will be secured. And like my bill was approved, I plan to begin the project on February 1st, 2018, because that is just in time for the next harvesting season. So I will let this season end, and by the beginning of the next season, agricultural workers will be able to see a raise on their wages. I see. Now convince me, why should this bill pass and become a law? And what positive change would it make to the United States? Okay, think about it. It is a positive change for the United States, because if workers are paid more, they will feel more satisfied, and I know for a fact that a big percentage of agricultural workers leave their jobs. They quit because they do not like the conditions they work on, and they also feel that they're not paid enough. So if they're paid a little bit more, this will keep these that are mostly immigrants and people outside from the United States, that will keep them doing the job that is a very important job for America's economy. So this way they will not quit, they will feel more satisfied, and they will also live in better conditions with their families. Hey, you convinced me. Thank you, Enrique. It was a great interview. Good night, and good night to you guys. I will see you tomorrow.